He thinks it's as easy as that.
Hey! Is there a problem?
No. No, everything's fine. It would be better if you left now.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah, everything's fine. I can't talk to you now. Not now. I can't talk to you now.
As if I didn't have enough problems.
Everything all right?
As soon as anyone says anything wrong around here, the dance starts. So watch your step or there'll be a slaughter.
No idea.
Will you join the fight?
I'm not just gonna stand here when the ruckus starts, but I'm not gonna push it
No
either.
big deal.
That's exactly what I said.
I've got no time for things like that.
Those are all just rumors.
Those cutthroats are threatening my husband. We are citizens of the town, loyal to the king, and the mercenaries are planning to rob us. Now don't you just stand there, do something.
That'll
Help
never
us.
change.
That's exactly what I said.
And there's more, believe me.
It's better to watch out who you tell what.
Hey, you!
Whatever it is that brought you here, you had better forget it and hit the road.
No one really wants to hear that.
That's exactly what I said.
Hey, Yoko! Have you lost your way?
And that's the truth.
Go back to your field and pull up a few turnips.
There have been all kinds of rumors.
Hey!
You're at the wrong
couldn't care
place,
less.
at the wrong time. So I guess that if you want to live,
All kinds of rumors.
you'd better hit the road now. Get it?
Same old thing all over again.
You already know what I think.
And that's the truth.
There have been all kinds of rumors.
Can't rely on that.
I need your help.
If it's absolutely necessary, what's wrong?
The farmer Akil is under attack by mercenaries.
What? Those riffraff are hanging around on Akil's farm? Then let's not waste any time. Follow me.
Been there, done that.
You don't have to ask me that.
No one really wants to hear that.
He should have known better.
It had to happen sooner or
Hey,
later.
you!
Is
You're
there
in for it
anything
now.
wrong with your ears? Or do you have a death wish? Well, it's too late now.
I'm gonna...
You deserve that,
All right, that's that. I'll be off
Poor
then.
sucker. You don't even have any
Thank
gold on you.
goodness. I thought my time had run out. My name is Akil. I've farmed this humble piece of land.
Who were those people?
Those were mercenaries from Onar's farm. Those bastards don't know anything but plunder and murder. I'd been fearing the worst. Well, thank Innes it didn't come to that. Tell me, what can I do for you?
Nothing. Just as long as you got through this all right.
You're an exceptional fella. May Innes guard you on your way.
Nothing there. Wait a minute. What did the mercenaries want from you?
You don't know that? Onar, the landowner, hired them. They guard his farm and collect the rent for him. And that means they go from farm to farm and take whatever they want. And whoever can't pay gets a taste of their steel.
You know your way around this area.
Sure. What do you want to know?
Where can I find Onar's farm?
Just go back down the stone steps and follow the road to the east. At some point, you come to a tavern. From there, you go farther east until you come to the big fields. That's where the mercenaries hang out.
What is that tavern to the east of here?
Ask Randolph. He knows more about it than I do. He's been there a few times.
What is there in the woods behind your farm?
There's just a whole bunch of monsters back there. And the wolves are the least dangerous. A few bandits are also said to have their caves there. Well, they've left my farm alone so far.
Have you heard anything about missing citizens?
Don't make me laugh. Heard of them? Some of my own people are missing. Tonak and Telbor used to work on my fields until 3 days ago. And I know exactly that they wouldn't up and leave the farm just like that. And yet they've simply vanished and no one can tell me where they went. If you happen to find out what's become of them, be sure to let me know, will you?
I've got to go.
So long. I really wish I could have done more for you.
Hey! Everything all right?
Yes, I'm fine. That Alvarez has become bolder and bolder lately. Good thing that's over now. What I could use now is a good drop in the tavern.
You hang out in the tavern?
That's right, but not recently. I cannot afford going there anymore.
What exactly is going on there in the tavern?
There's gambling there. Two fellows compete against each other. Whoever can hold the most beer wins. In the end, I did nothing but lose, and now I need to make some more money first.
Who did you go up against?
Against Rukar, that old good-for-nothing. So far, he's beaten me every time. But somehow I have the creeping suspicion that the filthy swine has laced my beer with gin every time. I suspect he keeps the gin hidden in that damn chest of his, that lousy scumbag. Somebody ought to sneak some plain water into his chest. Then he could lace my beer all he wants. If I only had enough money to compete against him one more time.
You're not from around here, right?
I come from the Southern Isles. At some point they said they needed people in Corinnes because of that magic ore. But when I got there, they had this huge barrier in place, and I didn't want to go in there, so I started working in the harbor. Well, the ships stopped coming in, and so I went to work for Akil. I've had worse jobs, actually.
Onar's rebellion will have serious consequences. I prefer to keep out of it.
Hey, you! Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Why don't you defend yourself against Onar's tyranny?
For us farmers near the city, it makes more sense to stay on the good side of the city militia than to rely on Onar's mercenaries. On the other hand, there's Bengar and Sekub who would rather give up their farms than work for the king.
Where do I find the farms of Bengar and Sekub?
They're not far from the farm where the landowner lives. Go east from here and you'll find them.
Haven't you ever considered moving away from here?
It's not easy to get away from this part of the country. All the land is walled in by a high, insurmountable chain of mountains. The only two ways out of here are the pass to the Valley of Mines and the harbor. Since we cannot afford passage on a ship, and the Valley of Mines is a place of no return, we're going to have to stay here.
What do you know about the pass?
I've never been there myself, but it must be somewhere near Bengar's farm on the high pastures.
Look out for your husband.
I shall do my best.
What's up?
It's been a long time since we've seen a stranger on our land who didn't want to skin us. I hope I'm not wrong about you. I'm Akil, and the strange bird over there is my brother Anim.
How's the field work going?
Great, if those miserable field raiders weren't constantly destroying our harvest.
Why don't you do anything about the field raiders?
You're joking. Since I've been on this farm, I've killed so many of the beasts that I've lost count. But alas, new ones keep coming.
Hey! Who are you?
My name is Anim. I'm one of the field hands. And the half-pint over there is my brother Akil. We've been working here on the farm for Akil for several years.
How's the field work going?
Do you want to help? There's another hoe back there. Grab it and then head for the field. You just have to make sure that the field raiders don't surprise you. They'll tear your arm right off with one bite.
Why don't you do anything about the field raiders?
I've killed more of them than I can count. The only problem is they keep coming back.
Your brother told me the same.
What? That loafer? He always disappears just as soon as the beasts come onto our land. He shouldn't be talking such nonsense.
Your brother tells a similar story.
Ah, what exactly does he say?
That he has also done away with plenty of field raiders.
What? That loser can't even find his way home by himself. Tell him he shouldn't brag like that.
Hey! Your brother thinks you're a braggart.
What? He's actually got the nerve to say that? He'd better watch out or I'll teach him a lesson. Go and tell him that.
Enem is a bit irritated about this thing.
He shouldn't puff himself up so much, else I'll tear his head off. Tell him that.
Hey! I think the two of you should just relax.
The bastard didn't give in, am I right? I'll tear out his guts. Tell him that.
Why don't you tell him yourself?
I'll do that. Well, at least I think I'll take your weapon.
Wait a minute.
Do you want to cause even more trouble? I think it would be better if you left now.
Oh man, my head. Wait a minute. Haven't you done enough damage? I think you should go now.
talks all day, too. Everybody knows by now.
He can't keep anything to himself. Don't tell this to anyone.
But that's terrible. I won't tell her a thing from now on.
I don't believe this is gonna change.
And the human slew the beast, and it entered into Beliar's realm. Adonos saw that order and chaos were now unequal.
Hey, you! Show me your wares.
Created was destroyed by Beliar.
I don't believe that.
That's what I always say. These are bad times.
Don't tell this to anyone.
He simply talks too much.
He had better shut up.
He'd better shut up.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
I'm no better off myself.
That's totally obvious.
That's all just gossip.
Why haven't I heard about this before?